layout for which uh, I have customized my pins. uh, this might look messy, but it's a quite crucial step when coming to layout. Actually, sometimes it's not very easy to use it's not very easy to connect these multiple pins at a particular location. You need to distribute them, and for the similar purpose we also use guard ring, which is present in the cadence for layout, which also is a very good option. So I put my VDD on the top, VSS on the ground. I've taken my cue from right to the left side of my schematic. Bit line and the word line are same placed at the left, but the bit line bar has been transferred to the right for the input, as it is being used over here. I guess it would be quite visible now. Okay, so what we'll do, log for open. For the layout we'll be going to layout Excel. Since I have an open existing one, so I will be opening. I have a layout for SRAM. Okay, session. So this is how it goes. It's a physical config file. This is the layout which I'll be using. To get for the transistor, you just need Shift plus F. Now this is a layout for 60 SM cell designed by me, Ojas Sharma, and this is the layout that is being over here. You can see the poly, which is in Q bar, Q over here. These are the two layouts for the inverters which are cross coupled over them. This is the one NMOS transistor which governs with bit line and the bit line bar, word line and bit line bar. Over here is the same reverse with word line and the bit line over here. This is our result output Q. This is Q bar. Now we will be going ahead, we will be setting a technology. Go to cadence, foundry, analog, 45 nanometer, as I'm using that. And for going to Ashura, we will be going for Ashura Tech Library. Click OK. Okay, there's some error with it, let me check. Cadence, foundry, analog, 45 nanometer, Ashura Tech Library. Then click on OK. We'll be using apply. Okay, this is the technology that we will use for our further things which we are going to do. Now we'll be going to run a design rule check on the layout which we have created. This is my library which I am using right now. This is the cell view I'm using, and I'm using layout DRC extracted, not, and change the technology to GPDK-45 nanometer. It will automatically show over here. I can show you. When undefined, it's like this. Connected, it will automatically do the thing. Click on OK. Okay. Now I have the results. As we can see, there is no DRC error found in my layout. So we will be moving ahead with the layout versus schematic, which is LVS. Make sure to verify that the layout which you are using must be mentioned over here with the correct name and the correct cell. SRAM, schematic, otherwise it will be causing an error. Well, you will be doing layout versus schematic, and I prefer to use the same name for the schematic and layout, the same cell for the schematic and layout, as when doing AV extraction and the further analysis. It will be quite helpful for us. Now we have already assigned a technology file to the process. This will be GPDK-45. It will be calling the files which we need, and everything is good. Okay. LVS. Well, actually it's a quite time taking process, and also the biggest process you can think of when doing the layout synthesis. Well, so here we have the layout with the schematic present in results. We have our layout and schematic match. There is no DRC violations. Everything is good. click on yes, no issues. It will be popping out your schematic to just for the sake of ease, and it will be also showing layout versus schematic match. Make sure it's compare, not extract right now. It should be schematic and layout match. That is very good for us right now. We'll be going to SRAM, run Quantus. It will be taking some time actually. Okay, nice. So I would like to use Quantus, but before that I would like to symbolize an error over here which can be encountered by many of the people. So whenever using GPDK-45 technology, make sure you check the rule set to RCX typical, change output to extracted view. Now when moving ahead with extracted view, check is there anything else which is on. I'm showing you on my screen what is to be checked and what is not to be. Now go to extraction type, change it to RC. Sometimes it remains on R only. Layout names is layout name, maximum infinite microns. That's everything good. Decoupled capacitances are all I need is right now. Now also we need to remove this enable HRCX tick mark, or we can say check. We'll be removing it. Now going to setup again. We will click on OK. There's an error, we need to remove it. We will try to run it again. Reference node. Okay, so this was again an error which I need to point it out. That is why I did. So reference node must be mentioned what is you have put in for your ground. So like I have put in VSS, somebody put in GND, and it's case sensitive also, so make sure you place it correctly over here. Click on OK. I'll be using AV extraction right now. Now it's done. We can close it over here. We can open our AV extracted layout from file, open SRAM layout AV or parasitics extracted. Now we'll be making a full screen showing you the transistors. Now this is a layout which has extracted parasitics as well. So you can see on zooming there are small values of capacitances over here, a resistance as well. So these are the ones which you will be inculcating when going for fabrication as well. So we need to keep that in mind as well for that. So we are keeping them in our place. Now AV is extracted. Now what we will do, we will be creating a config file. So new cell view config. Actually I have one, so I will be creating a new config file. Okay, now go for use template. Others, since I'm using Spectre, I will be using Spectre template. Click on apply, click on OK. Keep the global bindings as it is possible. Check for the library that you need. Okay, so I've created my library and wrong cell in the wrong library. I will be creating a new one. I'll be click on new cell view 60SM 45nm. Same for the config file name. Click on OK. Use template. Go ahead with Spectre. Click on OK. You can either do apply as well. Since this config file doesn't have anyone, I will be using my previous one and using schematic and OK. Now click on save to save the config file. You will have a tree view where you will, this is the basically your symbol which will be using your schematic and layouts for the same. We can change it by set instance if we extracted layout config symbol anywhere. So since I have done for the pre-layout synthesis, I will be going with one with the AV extracted. So I'll close this. I really want to put no actually right now. I'll close the layout. I'll close my schematic. I'll close my test bench as well. Now what I will do is file, open, 60 SRAM new, config file, OK, click on OK, it's done, click on here, launch.